Hello everyone, welcome you all to this new video. So in my previous video, I had discussed with the concept of second order low pass filter. In that we have seen some of the important concepts related to SALLEN key equal component filters, where we have seen that how the components are getting, that is the resistor and capacitor components are getting linked together, and how the components are defined with respect to two responses. That is, one is the Butterworth response and the Bessel response. Okay, for Butterworth and Bessel response, we are having the fixed constant values of Butterworth as well as Bessel coefficients. So those things we have discussed in the previous video, along with the some numerical examples to identify the Q value and the pole frequency value, so that you could be finding the cutoff frequency. Okay, so those things we have discussed in the previous video. Please, those who have not seen it, watch it. Okay, now in this video we are going to be discussing with the VCVS second order high pass filter. Okay, previously we had discussed low pass filter, now second order high pass filter. Okay, so only one difference with low pass and high pass filter, you could be easily identifying it by seeing the circuit itself. That is, for a high pass filter with unity gain and some voltage gain, the value of capacitance is same at the non-inverting input. It is a non-inverting amplifier only. Okay, the capacitance value is same, the resistance value is different. Okay, only the capacitance and resistance are interchanged, rest all the things remains the same. Okay, this is the only difference between the second order low pass filter and second order high pass filter with SALLEN key, unity gain and voltage gain. Okay, so this is with respect to unity gain, where we are having the feedback as a, where we, this is not there, where there is no feedback, it acts as an emitter follower circuit, whereas the second circuit, the value of capacitance and resistance are same, both are same with respect to equal components. So that's why it is called as the SALLEN key equal component filter. In order to have a unity, in order to have some voltage gain, we require some resistors at the non-inverting terminals. Okay, with respect to feedback path, so those resistors are R1 and R2. Okay, so here two categories of high pass filters are there. One is where capacitance value is the same, resistors are different, for a unity gain non-inverting amplifier. But for a voltage gain non-inverting SALLEN key, we are having both the capacitor and resistor value as the same, in such a way that at the non-inverting terminal we would be having two resistors R1 and R2, so that we would be getting some voltage gain with respect to the feedback obtained. Okay, yeah. So hope this is clear, the difference between SALLEN key, high pass as well as low pass filter. Okay, so in order to calculate the cutoff frequency, this is the relationship. In the previous case, for the low pass filter, the formula for calculating the cutoff frequency was Fc is equal to Kc into Fp, right? But here it is Fc is equal to Fp divided by Kc. Okay, so these differences you have to be noting it down, guys, for low pass and high pass filters. Okay, so yeah, this is a circuit and these are the parameters for unity gain. Av is equal to 1, and for high pass filter, the value of Q is equal to zero point 0.5 square root of R1 by R2. Okay, in case of low pass filter, it was C1 by C2. Here it is R1 by R2. And the formula for pole frequency with respect to high pass filter is Fp is equal to 1 by 2 pi C square root of R1 R2. Okay, this is with respect to unity gain, where we are having no feedback. So here this is the second circuit where we are having the equal components. Okay, so that's why this amplifier at 21.35b, this can be also called as SALLEN key second order equal component filter. Okay, where both the capacitances as well as the resistors are having the same value, but we are having one additional feedback path. Okay, which does not act as an emitter follower, so that we would be getting some voltage gain at the non-inverting terminal. Okay, that is equal to 1 plus R2 by R1. And the value for the equal component filter, the value for Q is also changed, that is 1 divided by 3 minus AV, that is the voltage gain. Okay, and the pole frequency is also changed, that is Fp is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi RC. Okay, why RC? Why? Because both the capacitor as well as resistor value are the same, right? So directly you could be writing it as RC. Okay, so these many differences are very important for you guys to know with respect to SALLEN key equal component high pass filters. Okay, yeah. Now some examples now we'll see with respect to this high pass Butterworth. So this first example would be discussing the high pass Butterworth. Okay, here this is the circuit given. You could be easily identifying this as the high pass filter. Why? Because the capacitor value is the same, 4.7 nanofarad. resistor values are different, 12 kilo ohm and 24 kilo ohm. And in the feedback path, in the non-inverting terminal, we are not having any resistor. So this is the uh, high pass filter with unity gain. Okay. So with respect to that, you could be calculating the value for Q and pole frequency, because in the question they are mentioned to calculate the value for Q and for pole frequency. Okay. So Q value for high pass filter is zero point 0.5 into square root of R1 by R2, zero point 0.5 into square root of R1. R1 is the input resistance value, that is 24 kilo ohm, divided by R2 is the feedback resistance, that is 12 kilo ohm. Okay, 24 kilo ohm by 12 kilo ohm, kilo gets cancelled, and if you solve it, you will be getting the answer as 0.707. So whenever we get 0.707, it is obvious that the Butterworth filter is happening here. So that's why this is an example of a Sallen key high pass Butterworth filter. Okay. So with respect to that, you could be simply calculating the cutoff frequency, that is FC is equal to FP is equal to 2 kilohertz. Why? Because we know that for Butterworth filter, the Butterworth coefficient is equal to 1. So if we put that in this formula, that is FC is equal to FP divided by KC. For Butterworth filter, KC is equal to 1. So we would be getting FC is equal to FP itself. So that's why whatever the pole frequency we get, that only would be the answer for the cutoff frequency as well. Okay. So with respect to this, you could be simply calculating the pole frequencies and Q values for a high pass filter. Okay. In case if they ask one example related to equal component filter, they would be giving you same values for capacitor, same value for resistor, but they would be giving you some resistors here at this non-inverting terminal R1 and R2. Based on that, you should be remembering these formulas here and calculating Q and FP. Okay. For that, first you need to be checking the circuit first. Okay. In high pass filter, I've told you again, it is divided into two categories. One is same capacitor values and different resistor values. Another one is same capacitor, same resistor, but at the non-inverting terminal we are having two different resistor at the VDB part, so that the gain is not unity. Okay. For that, the formula is getting changed for Q and FP. So whenever you get this format circuit, don't put these formulas and solve it. Okay. It would be wrong. So whenever we are having equal component filter, the formula for Q is varying. Okay, that is Q is equal to 1 divided by 3 minus AV, and FP is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi RC. Okay, please remember it, guys. Don't get confused. Okay, yeah. So that's all for this video. In the next video, we will be discussing with the multi-feedback band pass filters. Okay, so in that again, it is divided into narrow band filters and wide band filters. So that we'll discuss in the next video. Okay, so that's all for this video, guys. Thank you.